Previously on Big Brother. After 11 weeks in the Big Brother house, only 3 house guests remain. Nicole, the first to be nominated for eviction, who had turned the game in her favor.
I'm really feeling the pressure.
Will, whose self-admitted lies and trickery had carried him into the final 3.
I came here to have fun. I did that.
And Monica, who was not perceived as a threat in the beginning, but became a top contender.
The mood is going to be very intense.
After parts 1 and 2 of a 3-part head of household competition, Will and Nicole advanced to the 3rd and final round. As Monica watched anxiously from the sidelines, Nicole scored a perfect game, but with her win came the responsibility of evicting either Will or Monica.
I'm so nauseous, I really want to vomit right now.
Will and Monica made their pleas to stay.
There's been times when you haven't been happy with me, I'll admit that.
The only thing I can say is that you have to do what you got to do. The fate is in your hands.
And Nicole announced her eviction.
I need to take the person I have a chance against winning into the finals, and unfortunately, that's Will. Monica, I'm sorry, I have to evict you.
But Monica had the last word.
When we come back to vote, it's on.
A total of 9 house guests have been evicted.
Cheryl, Autumn, Shannon, Mike, Kent, Krista, Bunky, Hardy, and Monica. You are now evicted from the Big Brother house.
Tonight, all 9 return to cast their final votes.
I really had no idea that Will was as shrewd as he is.
Nicole, I think, has a very, very good chance of winning.
I could care less which one of those freaks win this game.
Find out who will win Big Brother 2, Will or Nicole. The season finale of Big Brother 2 begins now.
Good evening and welcome to Big Brother. It was exactly 82 days ago that 12 strangers walked into the house behind me. On this final night of Big Brother 2, there are 2 people remaining in the house. Nicole, the personal chef from Atlanta, and Will, the doctor from Miami Beach. Tonight, they will both walk out the front door for the first time in nearly 3 months. They'll be walking into a world that's changed for all of us over the last 9 days. The 3 house guests who were in the house on September 11th were informed of the terrorist attacks last week. Monica was the first person to leave since the events, and she was most directly affected. Her cousin Tamitha worked at the World Trade Center. Since leaving the house, Monica's been in touch with her family, and together they continue to hold out hope. Monica will be here tonight, returning with her 8 evicted housemates. They are all here to reveal their vote live, thereby determining whether it's Will or Nicole who will win Big Brother 2. Who would have ever thought Nicole and Will would be here tonight as the final 2 in the Big Brother house? Nicole was nominated for what seemed to be sure eviction the very first week, and Will was nominated 3 times. That's more than anyone else. Here's a glimpse of how they made it this far. The first 4 to enter the Big Brother house are Nicole.
Yes! When I came into this game, I was like, okay, just gonna be myself. It's gotten me this far in life. It's gonna be great, blah, blah, blah.
Finally, Kent, Will, Autumn, and Cheryl, go on in.
I came in this house saying that I was gonna lie, and that's exactly what I did. If you got burned in this house, it's your own fault. Too bad, so sad.
My name is Will.
What do you do?
I'm a doctor.
Oh my God, your brain is way too big.
I consider lying a sport.
I feel that you have a real distaste for me.
Please don't think that. I think Nicole, if she was left in the house, she's such a liability. There's just no telling what she could do.
I nominate you, Nicole, and I nominate you, Cheryl.
Cheryl, you are now evicted from the Big Brother house.
Oh, sweet revenge. Now it's Revenge Nicole coming out.
Try to imagine this house minus Will.
I want to see Will's ass get out of here before I do.
I do take it personally, because I always get along with everybody.
Some weeks I was just telling just random lies just to see what would happen. I offer them my hand and I tell them, hey, don't worry about it.
You shook on it now.
Sucker.
Smartest thing I've done in this entire game was to falsely befriend Nicole.
I'm really sorry about everything. You really gave me a chance when you shouldn't have.
The only reason that I'm sitting here now is because I was in alliances and or teams.
That'd be fun.
I've been nominated more than anyone in the house.
Will, I nominated you. Will, I nominated you. Not nominating you would be like Christmas without presents.
I knew I had a crazy philosophy coming in to try to lose everything. And in fact, because of my actions, Shannon was kicked out. It was horrible when Boogie was kicked out.
The loyalty you showed in here, man.
He constantly went around saying, I'm no competitor. What am I going to win HOH next week?
I've already won this game. In my mind, I accomplished all my goals, and this has been a great experience for me.
I need to take the person I have a chance against winning into the finals. That's Will.
I should win this game because I never lied to anybody, which he did a billion times.
Hey, trust me.
I'm not Beelzebub, and he is.
The 9 evicted house guests who will be here live to reveal their votes reunited last Tuesday to air their feelings about each other and the 2 finalists.
Let's talk about the game that y'all wanted to play. Let's deal with what y'all went down in the house.
Would you guys be together in the real world? Because I'd roll with Will and Shannon in a heartbeat, but you guys would not be together. We didn't sit around and scheme and be like, we got to get Hardy out next.
Yes, you did. Yeah, you did.
No, that's not true. That's not true. No.
But we did too.
Yeah, and everyone saw all of you guys do the same thing.
Well,
but
we're
yet,
not denying it, though.
Oh, you're not now? Okay, because you did in the house,
because
Bunky. You looked me in the eye and pretended you were this,
I was strategizing. You don't even know me.
Okay, well then all I'm saying is this drop the little image is all.
I found some people are really harboring some pretty ill feelings about a lot of people.
Hardy, you surprised me in many, many ways. You said some very, very hateful things, which I have not said anything that detrimental to you.
Well, honestly, I am true at heart, and I think one of the, well, you can say what you want to say, but I think one thing that everyone needs to keep in mind, not only myself, but everyone's perception of everyone else here, is that things were said and things were done within the house, and they were based on things that we believed to be true from people that we thought to be honorable and honest.
I think my biggest disappointment coming out of the house was with Bunky. I get home and watch the tapes, and
I
you're
agree with
bashing me.
Duh. I mean, you weren't a nice person. You're not a nice person. Let me respond. And this is another reason why I'm glad you're out of the house, because you acted like this in the house, and it's not pleasant to be around.
Because y'all thought some things about me. I was riding under the radar. I'm stupid. I watched some of y'all fall on your faces. I watched your body language. I watched everything each and every one of y'all said.
It's over with. It's done with. There are a few people that are holding grudges.
So I wasn't like saying, oh, it didn't hurt my feelings, and oh, I wasn't being called, the fat hog and all that stuff. That didn't hurt my feelings. It did.
I basically, in my mind, I went to bat for you.
I mean, I wanted to vote to keep her. You made it clear, Hardy. I mean, you made it very clear how angry you were with her also.
You shouldn't let anyone tell you how to vote.
The vote to evict Cheryl was not a vote against Cheryl. It was a vote against Mike and Chilltown.
First and foremost, I'm very sorry. I thought that I had a foolproof strategy in nominating you against Nicole. I tried to push a lot of people in this room to keep you in the house. It resulted in your eviction, and from the bottom of my heart, I'm really sorry about that.
That's okay.
Can you believe Nicole and Will? Think about the first 10
I don't even.
days.
Yeah.
And all of us are sitting here.
It's
mind-boggling.
He was the one that I knew everybody had to get out of there, and everybody kept him in there.
It baffles me every day I wake up and I just go, how is Will still in this house?
I got a lot of reasons not to like him.
Personally, I have a roller coaster of feelings about Nicole, but I give Nicole credit. She manipulated a lot of people.
She did a really good job of turning people like Chris and I against each other.
I think probably she
did a good job
couple
at that.
weeks was keeping Hardy and Will right on her hip.
And I'll tell you this, Hardy, you disappointed me because you allowed Nicole to do what she did to you.
I feel very manipulated. I felt that she played me for a sucker, and it worked well to her advantage. At least with Will, I knew where Will was coming from at all times.
Yeah, she played the game great. I mean, going from the most hated to the end of the game, it's absolutely amazing.
You have to consider her as a good player in this game, and I will consider all that and not let personal feelings get in the way of my vote.
Will only loves himself, and that's sad.
He was rude because he is so arrogant.
Friendship means a lot, and when you cross that, that's another price you have to pay.
I have no idea about Will. The things and the stories that he told in the house were all